What's up, guys? We are here with the one and only Eddie Bravo. Welcome back to another episode of Get a Grip with Kay.
That's a good title.
Get a grip. Get a grip. I had some help with that.
That was not your idea?
It was actually a fan suggestion.
Okay. Okay. So it's good that you it's tobacco, by the way.
Just in case there were any questions here. Also, you can see this is not my smoke. This is here we go.
No, that's tobacco.
It's just tobacco. All right. We're here. It's Get a Grip with Kay, and we're with Eddie Bravo. And this has been an episode probably a long time coming, but mostly for the reason that I've wanted to have you on for a long time, not because we've been scheduling for a very long time. So before, you don't even know what we do on this podcast. We do some fun things.
Oh, no.
And
no.
No. We do some very fun things. So my first question, before you even get to thinking about the rest of the goofy stuff that we're going to talk about in these comments right here, is what does it mean to you to have a grip on your life?
To be able to navigate through anxiety and stress and somehow see the light at the end of the tunnel and keep pushing forward and just fucking put one step in front of the other and know that everything's going to be all right.
I like it.
Get a grip.
You. No, that
and
it
also means get a good deep grip. Everybody gonna put like this. We go like that. We go choke like that.
Exactly. You didn't do the rotating in part of that.
I'm so far removed from gi fighting that every now and then I go back and
just the pants.
No, the pants had nothing to do with the problem in jiu-jitsu. The pants weren't the problem. The collar and the sleeves were the problem. The pants weren't the problem.
Okay.
Collar and the sleeve is the problem. You rely too much on the collar and the sleeve, and that's great for gi. But when you go no gi, you're gonna have to do a whole new game. Yeah. If your whole game in the gi is if every sweep, if every pass, if every finish, if the first step is grab the collar nice and deep, no gi, that doesn't exist. So what are you gonna do now? So like Marcelo Garcia has said many, many, many times that when he trains with the gi, it's beneficial, and not only for him, but for everybody, to train techniques and make your go-to techniques in the gi work no gi. Like basically do no gi grips in the gi, and then when you go no gi, you're not lost.
Yeah.
People don't understand, don't know the timeline of jiu-jitsu in the United States. I mean, the world used to be in Brazil, dog. In the 90s, everybody in the 90s, your dad, like your mom, they were like white belts and blue belts in the 90s. It was brand new.
It was
the worlds were in Brazil. It was totally different. And there was no gi. There was Abu Dhabi. We had Abu Dhabi, and what we learned in Abu Dhabi, like, damn, there's a lot of gi champions that shined no gi, and there's a lot of gi champions that,
there's a divide.
Because and when you look at it technically, when you look at it scientifically, you I'll take another. You look at why, the guys that didn't translate to Abu Dhabi and the gi stars. There's a lot of gi stars in the 90s, man. There were so many, too many to name. So many amazing, unstoppable forces in the gi in the late 90s and the early 2000s, but they didn't translate over to ADCC. And when you look at their style, you see their style. Like, oh, okay, these guys were heavy on the collar grips. The ones, the guys that were heavy on the collar grips, they didn't transition. It's just science. And you look at Jean-Jacques Machado, he didn't have any fingers on his left hand, so he couldn't grab the collar and the sleeve with his left hand. So he had to rely on overhooks and underhooks because he didn't have any fingers. So when he went to Abu Dhabi, guess what? He just blew past everybody. The first year he did Abu Dhabi, finished everybody. He's like what? Like all of it, like Jean-Jacques is the master.
And it's because he didn't have hands, didn't have fingers.
Exactly. Because he was training no gi his whole life. Being born like that is a blessing. guys.
It
Because he
is.
is
There's a lot of
he's
those.
a fucking assassin legend.
I love it.
And
And if he
it's
would have had
because
those fingers,
it
he
would
would
have been
have.
different. It would have been a different.
He would have been
he
having the
would have
grip on the
been
collar.
he would have been great at jiu-jitsu regardless because he was deep in the whole Gracie family.
Mhm.
He was deep, so regardless, he would have been really good at jiu-jitsu.
Mhm.
But would he have been as legendary in no-gi as he is now? I don't think so. I think it's because his overhook game is insane. Very few jiu-jitsu players have an overhook game because it's not necessary. You grab the sleeve, you don't need a fucking overhook. Overhook's too hard. Sleeve's right there. Like, why are you gonna do that? Sleeve's right there. But when you have no choice, you have to fucking have patience and strategy to get that fucking overhook.
Mm-hmm.
And then because he had to go through that, he went no gi. Watch all of Jean-Jacques fights in Abu Dhabi. When he gets that overhook, they're fucking gone.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody was sweeping people like Jean-Jacques. There was nobody sweeping, even today. Very few people sweep like Jean-Jacques in Abu Dhabi. I love him because his overhook game. That was his. He was training no gi since he was 5.
Wow.
With his left hand.
And especially back then, that was just not. People didn't train that much no-gi, like at all.
There was
not if they were good in the gi too. I mean, they weren't doing both.
There was a lot going on in Brazil, and initially we got this one story, and then as time goes on, the truth comes out. Like, man, there's a complicated. It's not like the story initially. Everybody, grown ass men. This is the story. The story from Brazil was like, according to Jorge Gracie, I love him for creating the UFC. Without Jorge and Gracie, would not have the UFC. We wouldn't be here right now if it wasn't for Jorge and Gracie, right? But regardless, that when we're talking about the history, which is different than the UFC, when we're talking about the history of jiu-jitsu, we thought, okay, there was a guy named Maeda from Japan. Mm-hmm. He showed Carlos Gracie. Now this was Gastão Gracie, who was the father of Carlos and Helio. Gastão Gracie. He was in politics or something, and he befriended Maeda. And then this is the story that everybody, grown ass men knew the story. Maeda gave privates to Carlos Gracie, and then Carlos Gracie showed what he learned to Helio, and then Helio. That's the story. But now we're learning that, man, Maeda had this big ass school, and a lot of people trained there, and there was a lot of jiu-jitsu schools, and a lot of Brazilians were doing jiu-jitsu.
Right.
And then we're like, wait a minute. And there was another brother. There was a George Gracie.
Well, there were a lot of brothers, first of all. There were a lot of kids.
But they didn't mention, later. But in the beginning, right there when it was, Carlos was the older brother. Right. He showed his younger brother, Helio. And then Helio became the warrior. And Carlos became like the manager.
Right.
But Carlos learned it first, right? And then he showed his younger brother. And his younger brother, he was the main teacher. Carlos was the manager. But they don't mention George Gracie.
Yeah,
they don't mention. I never knew about George Gracie ever.
I don't know about George Gracie.
You don't know? George Gracie was their brother, and he was fighting along with Helio Proven Jiu-Jitsu. But back then, according to Robert Drysdale, he wrote this book. I read it in the book. Back then, the way UFCs were in circuses. So there'd be a circus, traveling circus all over the world, and then they would have fights. Right. They would have like this dude.
The original Gracie challenge.
I'll give you $2 if you can beat me, type shit.
Yeah.
You know, like Charles Riles.
Right.
Same shit he's doing on fucking Venice Beach. They were doing that shit 100 years ago.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And so George Gracie, according to Robert Drysdale and all the witnesses he's had in his book, Carlos and Helio decided to keep him out of the story because he was doing a lot of fake fights. Because a lot of fake food and money. Yeah. He drank a lot, partying. He sounds like a fun guy, to be honest. You know what I mean? Faked a couple fights, paid his rent, big fucking deal. The guy had kids. What are you gonna do? Rock fakes every fight, and everybody's sucking his dick.
Well,
you know what I mean?
Different world. No,
but back then he's making so much. The little pro wrestling, they invented pro. Maybe George Gracie invented pro wrestling. I don't know.
Maybe.
But when you find out there was another brother back then, you're like, what?
That's pretty crazy.
And he fought a lot, and they just kind of wrote him out of history. That's interesting to me.
That is interesting.
I'm like, damn.
Okay, speaking of stories, before you tell you more nerdy jiu-jitsu stuff because we're gonna get into more of this.
I hate jiu-jitsu.
But today's more about you, and what we're gonna do today is I'm gonna ask you a very specific question.
I should have watched your podcast.
Hey,
I'm like,
no,
fuck.
this is better.
What is she gonna ask?
No, it's not that crazy. It's not that crazy, I promise. But because I usually don't do a long intro, and the reason why is because people can go on your BJ Heroes and look. I'm assuming you can take it down.
What?
BJ Heroes.
What is that?
God,
is that the European one?
No.
BJ Heroes is the European one?
It's I don't know. It's like the Wikipedia that has all of your information.
What do they say?
I haven't even looked at yours because you'll see why. So people
he's 0-1 as a black belt.
People can Google you and look at your record and stuff.
I'm 0-1 as a black belt. 0-1. That's the worst black belt record ever.
But what we need to know is I want to know your 7-minute, you don't have to time it, but don't worry, I'll stop if you go too long. Version of your life story.
God,
tell me your life story. Tell me your life story, because the biggest question that people had for me when I put out the question about this was like, how did 10th Planet even start? And they hear you tell these stories. Like, you just told me this crazy thing about George Gracie that I've never heard before. But then they're like, who's this dude? Like, tell me more about you.
There's a lot of sirens going on. Can you guys hear the sirens?
Yeah, we're in downtown LA. There's some stuff going on here.
Bring your gun.
if you have if you're allowed.
Bring your gun, dog. The end of the world is here. It's ending, dog. This may be the last BJJ interview
ever. Well, you better get your story out there now. Then. Tell me your quick version. Little
what was the
highlights.
What's the question?
Quick version of your life story.
Quick version. I wanted to be a rock star or a football player. Once I realized, Santa Ana in Orange County.
You've been right here. Oh, wow.
I was born in LA, right down the street. This motherfucker, Mikey, lives right across the street from where I was born, in this apartment on Hoover and Olympic.
I was born we might have been born in the same hospital. I was born in the Santa Ana.
I was born in LA, East LA.
Just kidding.
And the East LA Hospital, wherever that is, but I lived on Hoover, and my dad was married. He had 5 kids. My mom and him got together. He was trying to divorce his wife, and then he had my mom. He got her pregnant. Mm-hmm. She had a son from. That's why I got my last name. Her first name was Alfonso Bravo. Okay. Had a son. He beat the shit out of her. They divorced. She started dating my dad. He was trying to get out of his marriage. He had 5 kids. Soap opera. Dog.
And you're in LA.
Soap opera.
Yeah.
We're in LA. He got her an apartment. He's trying to divorce her.
Yeah.
It's not happening. My mom takes on 3. She goes back to Santa Ana, Orange County, back to my grandma's house. So now she got 2 sons from 2 different dads. And my grandma's and shit. And I wanted to be a football player or
a rock star.
A rock star. Okay. On stage, when I do comedy, I tell people that I wanted to be a gynecologist.
Oh.
You know what I mean?
Just
to be funny.
It's a little funny. Yeah.
And I talk about how is not the number, how are people like kids like, oh, I want to be an astronaut. I want to be a fireman. How is gynecologist not in there? It's
kind of crazy, actually. And I always have that question when I go to my own appointments, like, how did men get here? And then they're married, and like, I have a lot of. It's one thing to have the desire, but then you know what? Go through the painstaking process of going to the school.
But no. The reason why men aren't as into being gynecologists as you might think is because after you get through with medical school and you graduate, you get your PhD or whatever the fuck you want to get a doctor. You can't just go right into gynecology. You have to spend 8 years as an intern in proctology for men.
So in
order to get to gynecology, you gotta look at your schedule is gonna be packed Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. looking at man's asses. So
there's a bit of a roadblock.
Not very many people are willing to go. If there wasn't that, everybody would be a gynecologist. Everybody going to gynecology school. But you have to go, you have to pay your dues. And by pay your dues, you have to look for polyps.
Dissect a lot of men.
And disgusting old men's assholes for 8 years. That's why there's hardly no men gynecology.
And then you earn the gynecology at the end. Okay, but hold on. You didn't want to be a gynecologist, though, for real. You wanted to be a rock star or a football player. Yes. And then what happened?
I realized
we got some bumpers on this bowling alley. Don't you worry. We're gonna
when you're 9, everybody's the same size.
Yeah.
Everyone's the same speed. So what happens when you're 9 and you play Pop Warner football or junior All-American little football?
Deceiving.
It's deceiving because I was playing fucking middle linebacker and defensive end. I was playing defensive end. So I was already like, I got the game ball and shit. I'm like, I was so confident that I was going to be a football player when the rival to the NFL, USFL, it just came out again. But the first time it came out was like 1981 or 82. I remember a friend of mine saying, "Dude, would you play for the USFL?" Because I was all about NFL.
Yeah.
And when I told him, I said, "Whoever pays me the most money, who's ever paying me the most, I'm down." That's how confident I was. I'm like, I'm going to go where the money's at. I'm 11 years old. Telling people, like, I don't give a fuck. I'll play USFL. You know what I mean? If they pay me.
Highest contract.
Yeah. Football's football, dog.
So then what happened? You turned 15?
And then I went into junior high school. In junior high school, now there's no Pop Warner
people
football.
Get big.
People hitting puberty. And now it's flag foot from 6th, 7th, and 8th. You go tackle as an 8, 9, 10-year-old. And then you go to junior high and you're playing flag football.
Oh, yeah.
6th, 7th, 8th. The pads don't come back till high school.
Okay.
So now I'm in 6th grade. Everybody knows I'm going to be a football player.
Yeah.
Everybody. We play football on the street with all the Mexican kids.
You're the guy. You're the man.
They know I got hands. They know I got moves.
Yeah.
I don't have straightaway speed. I knew that even back then. I knew I didn't have tremendous straightaway speed, but I didn't know how slow I was until 6th grade tryouts for flag football.
Oh no.
I ran the 40 in Vans, like the blue Vans. You know the most basic of Vans?
Yes.
The blue ones? Just the blue ones.
Yeah. Wow. Not even the black.
It's like, not even
the original.
Just the original blue ones. I ran my 40 in those. And I'm so smart.
Okay, what
They
time?
cut me like right. They go, this guy, God. They cut me right there.
And you were the big man in 5th grade.
Now I'm in 6th grade. Going, how am I?
Do you know what your 40 time was?
It must have been like 9.3.
Oh my God! Wow.
Yes.
Wow. Well, you were a little legs. You were a 6th grader. So.
I had moves because I could fake people out. And I had hands, and I was like I could. Like when we're putting together a team, I'm the quarterback. I'm not the most important. Like I'm not the best thrower, the best passer. I don't have the strong zone, but I'm pretty good at organizing a team and trying to figure it out. Yes.
Okay.
So I played quarterback, but I wasn't necessarily the best quarterback, and I wasn't that fat. But I could fake people out though. Right. I got moves. Yeah. I had moves.
But it started
Black people said, "You got moves, dog." Black people said that shit. They go, "Damn, you got moves."
But then it hit puberty and it started to die.
Yeah, so 6th grade, they cut me. And then the way I digested that or accepted that was like, these motherfuckers playing flag football, pussies.
They don't know.
Pussies. Wait till we get to 9th grade, dog. Wait till we get to 9th grade.
So what happened in 9th grade?
So, 6th grade, I got into a lot of trouble because it was like all Mexican, all black school, and you had to claim a gang. Even though you weren't a gang, you had to claim a gang.
Yeah.
On your peachy folder, you gotta write middle side or up troop. That's it. Because they were allies. You gotta claim it, and then you gotta dress like a gangbanger. But like my brother dressed like a gangbanger, but at home we were rockers. Like classic rock and metal and shit. But he's like, dude, just fucking dress.
You gotta do
and I'm like, no, I'm not gonna fucking do it. So I'd show up to junior high and like Ocean Pacific, OP, lightning bolt shorts, like surf. Like back then, rockers and metalheads were like surfers. Yeah, there was like surfers were in
there was
metal
a mix.
Rock.
Okay.
Yeah, so we wore Ocean Pacific, and I was the Mexican in 6th grade that wished he was white.
Got it.
So I got a lot of heat, a lot of heat. But I also had aunts. Dude, I'm Mexican as fuck. My grandma and my mom were having kids at the same time.
Wow. Yeah. Well, that's not.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yes,
Is that crazy? For white people,
I went to high school in Riverside.
But for white people, it ain't that crazy. It's crazy.
It's crazy for white people, but my middle school is 96% Hispanic.
Yeah, so the moms and their daughters were having babies together. My grandma had 10 kids. My mom was one of 10 kids.
Yeah.
So I had a couple aunts that were, I was in 6th grade. I had an aunt in 7th and an aunt in 8th.
Okay. Wow.
I had an aunt in 7th and 8th.
Yeah.
And they were really popular.
Okay. Oh.
And they played the game. They dressed like little cholas, but they weren't cholas. But they win.
But
you got it. You just got it. It's like fashion.
That life never really ends.
You just got to just pretend you're part of it, and they'll leave you alone. It was crazy.
Okay.
And they were popular. They're beautiful, and every girl wanted to hang out with them. They were like popular. So that's how I survived.
So that helped.
Because everyone wanted to fuck me up because I'm the Mexican that wouldn't claim a gang.
Yeah.
But because that's Alice and Patty's
nephew. Had your back.
That's Alice and Patty's nephew. Okay. Leave me the fuck alone.
Okay.
And then I started dating a 7-year-old. Not 7-year-old. Edit that out. I started dating a 7th grader, which is just as bad, really. Yeah. It's just as bad. 7th grade. What is that? 12?
Yeah.
But as a 6th grader, I started dating a 7th grader.
Yeah.
And that's unheard of.
Right.
That never happens. No 7th grade girl's gonna go out with a 6th grade ever.
Never.
That doesn't happen.
No,
never.
I wouldn't.
But because I had aunts that were popular, there was this girl, Sabrina, little Filipino girl.
Okay.
And she was like, okay. So all of a sudden, we were at the school dance in 6th grade. Everybody hates me. But Sabrina's like nice to me. And then we started dancing. You know, you dance and you have the hands on the hips. And at 6th grade dance, I'm like, oh, shit. I'm like, oh, shit. And then we go outside on the side of the PE building and we're making out. She's sticking her tongue in my mouth. I'm like, what
Sabrina.
Like, what? Like Sabrina just crushing. So now everybody hates me more. Now I'm dating a 7th grader.
Yeah, they're a little jealous.
And but I fucked up.
What'd you do?
I fell in love with a 6th grader.
No.
Margaret. She was in my English class.
Oh, no.
And I just fell in love with her. So I broke up with Sabrina to be with Margaret. Okay. And we only went out for like a week. But I thought Margaret was the truth.
She was the light in the
and then Sabrina greenlit me. She greenlit me. She was so devastated.
Oh yeah.
And everybody wanted to kill me. They were just like my aunts were just holding the dam back. But once I broke up with Sabrina,
it was over.
I got greenlit. So I got taken on the side of the school building, and they were about to fuck me. I started crying and shit. I just started I'm still a pussy. I've been a pussy my whole life. I ain't trying to fight. I do jujitsu because it's fun.
Yeah.
I'm not like this fucking badass dude.
Yeah.
And I would just start crying. I cried my way out of like a lot of shit.
Yeah.
I cried my way out of like when I was 17 out of a DUI. I cried my way out of it, and it worked. And I drove away like, you know, oh my God, my mom is gonna kill me.
Oh my God.
So like I cried myself out of a lot of shit. So all these guys, they're gonna fuck me up. Yeah. Sabrina greenlit me. They were gonna fuck me up, and I started crying. And they felt so sorry for me.
They stopped.
They're like, you know what, fuck this guy, and they left.
That's impressive that those kids left.
Whew, it worked.
Yeah.
And then I was like, I gotta get the fuck out of this school. So I'm like, I gotta go to this white school on the almost in Tustin. It's it's like the edge of Santa Ana and Tustin, called Willard Intermediate. Because I was at Spurgeon. Spurgeon was all just Mexican and black, and they wanted to kill me. So my aunt lived in Willard District. So in the 7th, so I left 6th grade. Okay. They cut me from the football team. People wanted to kill me. I'm out. Audi 5000.
Yeah.
They were going to kill me.
Wow.
So now I'm this total.
I have almost the same story, but I'm going to tell it to you another time. But literally,
in
my 6th grade, I got bullied out of my
I got bullied out of my 6th grade.
I got bullied out of my 6th grade too.
So
we're going to talk about it. So anyway, you left the school.
I heard Willard had a lot of white people.
Okay. And you thought you fit in with your surf clothes.
Yeah, because I had surf clothes. Yeah. And I had to go to 32nd Street, Newport Beach. That's right. I'm 12, 13, 14.
Yeah.
I was just there like 2-3 months ago. I'm like, oh my God, this is where we took the bus.
Yeah.
from Santa Ana.
That's crazy.
All the way down Bristol into Costa Mesa
Wow.
and 32nd Street to drop you off right on Newport.
Yeah, that's crazy.
I lived. That was my spot. I go, this is for me.
Yeah.
And I would look at all the white people, all the white kids with their full-length wetsuits. And I'm like, one day I'm
going to be one of
one
them.
day. There's no way I was going to get a full-length wetsuit. There's no way I was going to get a full-length wetsuit. But me and my brother, we just look at these white kids all rich. And Moray Boogie was the good boogie board because we boogie board. Aussie was the shitty one that they sold at Kmart, and it was orange on the top and white on the bottom. So everybody knew when you're walking to the beach, and you had that orange Aussie.
Yeah.
They knew you were poor.
Okay.
They knew, but we couldn't afford the Moray Boogie. They're like $70.
It's crazy.
Aussie's $19.
That's crazy. Wait, so hold on. Tell me how you went to Rockstar, because we got. How'd you get out of football?
Okay.
You went to the high school.
Okay.
What happened then?
This is what happened. So
I'm gonna need like 4 more hours to finish this story.
No, we're good. We're good. So I'll make seventh grade. Now I'm in 7th grade at a new school.
Okay.
Now I'm a total loner.
Yes.
Nobody knows me because everybody made their cliques in 6th grade.
Right.
Everybody got there. So now I'm in 7th grade.
And you're alone.
And the worst fucking thing is lunch and recess.
Yeah.
Because all I needed was one dude to sit next to me and talk, and I'm good. But if you're sitting there and you have no fucking body, I'd rather get beat up. I'm like, damn, maybe I should have stayed at that other school because it was worse to be a loner. But I had one friend that I knew from 1st grade, Lee Mays. He was a rocker. He had long hair already. He spiked this. He was already like a metalhead. But he never came to school. I knew him, and when he did, anytime he come to school, I'm like, I'm good today. Yeah. So we'd be at lunch. We'd be sitting down. I don't know. I didn't give a fuck what he had to say. I'm like, as long as I'm talking to someone, I'm with someone and I'm talking to someone. Right. I'm like, who? And then at second period, every day at second, you see who didn't make it? Because So every day at second period, I go to him, look at this shit, like, fuck, he didn't show up. God damn it. You fucking piece of shit. You
left me alone.
You piece of shit. Yeah. Fuck you doing? You got to come to school, dog. You got to get a job. Right? So when he wasn't there for lunch, I would be in line. I would always be in line for the bathroom. I'm like, I'm going to the bathroom. And then when I go to the bathroom, I'd sit in that fucking shit stall. And I would stay there as long as I could.
Well, this was before Instagram. It's not like you were scrolling on your phone.
No, I'm taking a shit, dog. You know, I'm taking a shit. You cannot prove I'm not taking a shit. So I would just stay in the bathroom because it was too embarrassing to be outside. Everyone's having fun and talking, and I'm by myself. I'm like, fuck. I go from being like, infamously like too overly popular as a 6th grader where people wanted to kill me and then a 7th grader dated me and that's all this drama. Margaret fucked me up. Yeah. So now nobody knows, like I have one friend and he's barely there. Yeah. He's Lee Mays, fucking rocker. He would show up, he had his hair all right. I'm like, fuck. God, my only friend. And then every school, every junior high has one girl that's developed her breasts before everyone else. Every junior high has one girl who has double D's, and then 2 girls that have C's, and then everybody got A's. Everybody got A's.
I've seen this.
But in junior high, there's always one girl. Maybe it was the milk she drank that have a lot of hormones in those motherfuckers. You know what I mean? Angel was her name. Angel Bade. I'll never forget Angel Bade. She was Mexican, but all the Mexicans at the school were super whitewashed. It was like Mexicans with money, and they were so mod. They were Mexican, but they're like mod and like goth and emo looking and shit. And all the Mexicans were all super whitewashed. It was a whitewashed school. And one cholo. We had one cholo, and it was crazy. Like, who is that guy? But at the other school, everybody was cholo. It was crazy. But it was weird. Like, fuck, should I just go back to that fucking school? And then
we're talking about
Angel Bay.
So
this is what happened with Angel. So the school badass was named Donovan Malga, half white, half Samoan. Half white, football star. And now I tried out for the football team. I tried for the football. They cut me that way. But I told all my friends back at home in my neighborhood because they didn't. I told them that I made the team. I made it, but they kicked me off because I made it the team as a second string quarterback. I didn't want to get too crazy.
Yeah.
I made it as second string. But I got kicked off because I started a fight. So they kicked me off and all my friends back home because they didn't go. I was the only one who went to that school. None of my friends went. They all went to the other school. I separated. So I held on to that. I couldn't tell them I got cut again.
Yeah.
Because I talk so much shit about being a football player.
Right.
I'm like, there's no way. And I go, wait till ninth grade. I'm going to show them when I'm in high school when you put the helmets on. Fucking pussy ass flag football. Come on, dog.
So wait, so is that when you decided to be a rock star?
So
how did the rock starness happen?
It's coming.
All right, I'm ready.
So the football star, Donovan Mauga, he liked Angel Bay. He wanted it. He was the star. He was like the Van Wilder of the school. He was the star.
Got it.
Super athletic. He was seventh grade already yoked, looking like Ethan Kralliston. In seventh grade. You know what I mean?
Ethan just got the biggest compliment of his life.
Yeah, but this guy was in seventh grade.
Yeah.
Half Samoan, half white. Fuck. He was just all whitewashing. He got half Samoan, but he was just like all like Durant and shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And most popular guy in the school. Everybody, you feared him, or they're just like, you don't fuck with Donovan Mauga.
Yeah.
Now he's making moves on Angel Bay.
Got it.
But Lee Mays, my only friend, is also making moves on Angel Bay.
No.
So all of a sudden, one day at recess, Donovan Mauga shows up. I'm sitting there with Lee Mays, and they start talking shit about Angel Bay. They get in a fight, and I swear to God, the first time I ever seen a mount with beat down from the mount, I didn't even know that existed. I thought fighting was on the feet, but I was like, dude, Donovan Mauga sat on his chest. I would tell the story before Jiu-Jitsu. I go, he was sitting on his chest and just
dropping bombs.
Yeah. And I was such a big pussy. I was just standing there frozen, watching, going, fuck.
So who won?
Lee Mays got his ass pummeled. This is Donovan Mauga. Samoan. You can't fuck with Samoans, dog.
Yeah.
You can't fuck with them. Even if you like Duran Duran, he still did. And then I was like, oh my God. And I waited after school. They finally released him. His mom, Lee May's mom, came to school. He comes out. He had shades on, big shades on. But you when boxers get fucked up and they wear shades, but you can still see that their eyes are all fucked up.
Yeah. Oh.
And I'm like talking to the we're in front of the school. I'm like, so what fucking happened?
Yeah.
He goes, I'm getting transferred to another school. My mom wants me to go to another school. And I'm like, no! What the fuck? We can make this work. What are you doing? He goes, no, I got to go tonight. I go, no, come on, man. We can fucking work this out. Don't leave me. Don't fucking leave me. So and he left me, man. Aww. He left me. And then I go back to fucking being in the fucking, in the shitter, trying to kill time. During class, I didn't give a fuck. We're all sitting like during class, no stress. It's just lunch and fucking recess. Nutrition, they called it. We ate potato chips and cookies. And then there was this girl, Nicole, cheerleader. She was I took drama because I was always trying to take the easiest classes. I had drama. And now I'm talking to Nicole, little cheerleader girl, and we're like falling in love. And I remember we were like in a big circle and we're all holding hands. 7th grade? Okay. And I'm like, hi, I'm the biggest loner. Oh. The biggest. Donovan beat up my best friend. Nobody even knew who I was there. No one even knew I was there. That I totally invisible. Right. So now I'm falling in love with Nicole. Like she was a cheerleader, but I'm like, she's pretty and liking me. And I remember we're holding hands and her hands were sweating. And I'm like, oh my God. So then we started, I'd walk her home and then she became my girlfriend. But what I didn't know, that in the 6th grade, she used to go out with Donovan Mauga. When I found that out. Oh no! And nobody knew we were dating. Nobody knew. It was like secret. And I'm like, wait a minute, you were dating Donovan Mauga? Oh, what the fuck? And then he found out, and It's a year later. So I thought like,
Yeah.
later, he doesn't care. It's fine. He liked Angel Babe. He just
Yeah.
beat my friend up because
For
he
Angel
likes
Babe,
Angel.
yeah.
Yeah. So he's fine. But then people started coming up. I forget Greg Ailes. You like that Greg Ailes? There's some. I don't remember everything, but there's certain shit I'll never forget.
Not
When
jaded.
when Greg Ailes came up, he goes,
Oh my
when
God.
everybody found out I was dating Nicole Anaya,
Oh,
when they found out cheerleader, she was hot, fine,
Yeah,
Mexican as fuck, mother and father, Mexican as fuck. They didn't know a lick of Spanish. They were whitewashed Mexicans,
wow.
and she was a whitewashed Mexican, but she was Mexican as fuck.
Yeah.
But in Tustin, they're all white, and I fell in love. And then once everyone found out, Donovan was furious. It lowered his value. That the biggest loner, the biggest loser of the school is now dating his ex, even though he's interested in Angel Babe. It doesn't matter. He's gonna kill Nina. And people were coming up to this dude. He's waiting for the right time to fuck you. And I was so terrified.
Yeah.
My English teacher made us write a letter to ourselves that she was going to send to us when we graduated high school. We're in 7th grade, and then you get to, you get to read a letter to yourself of what was going on in 7th grade.
Right.
And I got that letter. I'm like, I'm terrified. I'm just waiting for the day Donovan's gonna fucking kill me. And I would walk her to class. I'm walking, and then I just became open about it. We'd hold hands, and we're walking to class. I'm like, fuck it. You know what I mean? I just felt like anytime someone says, I'm just gonna feel like
At any
like
moment.
a big, like I was just like, it's coming, it's coming, it's coming. I'd walk her to class, hold her. I would carry her books, and I did all that shit. I'm like, what? And he made me wait. He made me fucking wait.
Oh.
And then finally one day I'm in the bathroom taking a leak, and then I start combing I turn around and I'm looking at the mirror. It's like a diagonal mirror. And I'm combing my hair because everyone had like a comb in their hair. And then Donovan and Jaime walk in with best friend. They walk in as I'm combing my hair and as I'm leaving. And I walk out, they're walking in and I'm walking out. I'm like, oh, no. I walked out and then I thought, you know what? Let's get this over. This is perfect. No witnesses. I get fucked up. There's nobody in the bathroom. I went back in the bathroom, started combing my hair again. I go, let's get this over with, dog. You know, it's in the terror. And I'm looking at them. I could see them taking a piss. I see their backs. And like Donovan's right here and Jaime's, I'm sorry. We need, and he's, Jaime's goes, get him. And then Donovan's like, shut the fuck up. And I'm combing my hair watching them. And they're arguing as they're pissing. They go, shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. And then I'm just combing my hair. They're about to fucking, they're about to like hammer fist me in the back of the neck or something. And they walk out of the bathroom. And I'm combing my hair, they left. And then I found out Angel saved my life.
Really?
She found out that he wanted to kill me. Because why you want to kill him? I thought you liked me. You still like Nicole? You still like Nicole?
Smart girl.
Because you fuck him up, we're done. And then they became boyfriend and girlfriend, and they were like, and they became a powerful. And then in the 8th grade, the next year, it was Donovan and Angel Babe. They were like they like ruled the school. You know what I mean? And
it saved your life.
Yeah, and then me and Nicole were accepted. We went out for like 2 years.
Wow,
you know, that was my girlfriend. We were accepted. We were like a couple too. And then Donovan accepted me. Then in 8th grade, everyone accepted me. I wasn't like, like
started to fit
I was just everybody was cool.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, you're cool.
Happy little family.
Yeah.
All right. I like it. Okay.
And then I get into 9th grade.
And then, okay. You better go quick because I got some hot shot questions for you.
Okay.
You better go.
So now I'm finally getting into football.
Ready. Okay.
With the pads.
Yeah.
Because in 8th grade, again, I tried out and I got cut. And it was like, okay, fuck it.
Okay.
So in 9th grade, we put on the helmet and the pads, but no one gets cut.
Oh.
Nobody gets cut.
They just keep everyone.
They keep everybody.
Okay.
They need as many bodies as possible. They don't cut nobody.
Got it.
So I didn't get cut. I made the team, but I never played. I was too slow.
Yeah.
They never played me. I was too slow. And we had an amazing team. We had like the best freshman football team of all time. Every game was 55-0, 65-0, 85-0.
Wow.
We crushed everybody. And I was like backup wide receiver to a guy they never pulled out, Royal Wilbon. He was already a grown man. He could have played in the NFL right there. And I backed him up. They never pulled him out. Every time he touched the ball, they couldn't catch him.
Yeah.
So that was. Then I realized it was the last.
It wasn't happening for you.
The last game of the season. We crushed them. The last game of the season is halftime, and the coaches said, "Listen, it's a 45-0. We're gonna let all the scrubs play. We're gonna start." I'm like, "Oh my god, I'm finally gonna play. Finally, I'm gonna show them."
Now's the time.
Now, opening kickoff, kick it off. I'm on the fucking kickoff. Everybody's playing. I'm playing every play. So the guy catches the ball, he gets clipped in his feet, and then he reaches back and his elbow pops out.
Stop.
So he's laying on the field. This is the opening kickoff of the second half.
Yeah.
And then they called the ambulance, and by the time the ambulance got there, the team forfeited.
Stop. Oh my God.
So I didn't get to play. I played one
play.
Yeah. So then right there I go, okay, I'm gonna be a rock star.
Yeah.
And
then the rest is history.
That's it.
And then jiu-jitsu, and we're here.
Yeah.
And now we're in downtown LA.
Yeah.
All right, perfect. We'll do a second part of the story at some point, because I feel like you got a lot more details for me.
Hey, I gave you the good one. I gave you the Donovan Malga story.
I am impressed that you remember all those names. Honestly.
Now, again, there's certain things
names
I'll never forget.
Yeah.
I don't remember anybody's name in class.
Unless they try to bully you out.
No, unless they train every night. If you train every night, I know your name.
Yeah.
I know your social security. I know your fucking license.
You've done some research.
I know your kids. You know what I mean?
Yep.
I know everything about you. If you train every night. But if you train once every 2 weeks, I might not remember your name.
Yeah, no, that's fair. All right, you ready? These are going to be some rapid fire.
Oh shit.
I know. It's going to be challenging, but you can do it. I believe in you. Okay. You ready? All right. What's something you have changed your opinion on BJJ over time?
That leg locks will get you killed in MMA. There's some leg locks that'll save you in MMA.
Yeah.
People think leg lock, you're gonna get beat up. No, there's some leg locks where you go to leg locks because you'll be getting beat up. Like if you're getting, like if a guy is horse stance and you're on your back and he's horse stance and he's throwing down and he's horse dancing, you might want to throw up a knee bar. Because a knee bar will save your face. Then now they can't hit you. If you're right there, I can hit you. But if you're knee bar, you're facing away.
Yeah.
So you see it in MMA fights. I've seen it. It was like the fight that comes to mind it was in the Ultimate Fighter. I forget his name, but he was against the fence on his back, and a guy was horse stance. He was standing and just dropping bombs, and he just jumped on a knee bar and then knocked him down, and they rolled, and then he got up and took his back and choked the guy.
Okay.
So I learned leg locks aren't as dangerous for MMA as once thought.
Okay, perfect. I love it.
Yeah.
Ricardo Amendolia asked, what was Comprito saying to Leo Vieira at Abu Dhabi in Brazil before their match?
I don't speak Portuguese, but he was giving him some kind of, because you got to remember, Leo Vieira, at that point, all he knew about me is I just tapped Hoyler. I tapped out Gustavo Dantas in the first round. I won the trials, and I was the most technical fighter of the night. He himself says in a magazine that after he saw me in the trials were October 2002, and then Abu Dhabi and Sao Paulo was May 2003. So there was like 7 months of, he said he was concerned about me and my style. And that he had his students emulate my style. Lucas Schlet, a coincidence, he plays my style. You know what I mean? Oh, Bushesha. Oh, you're playing quarter guard with the underhook. How come you guys are playing that? No one else is playing that. Because Leo Vieira had them emulate my game.
I like.
And that's what he said. That's
what
he said. And those guys are playing my quarter guard game. If you know the game, Lucas Schlet and Bushesha play a very unique game. They don't play like regular Brazilians.
Right.
They play quarter guard. They call coyote guard with the underhook. So anyways, Leo Vieira was studying my game. He figured me out. That's why he fucked me up. Leo Vieira fucked me up because he realized that I invite everybody to my good side and everyone takes the invite because with the invite, there's no shield. I'm come this way and I'm really going to do a shield. I'll just go quarter guard. And they go, fuck yeah. So everybody does that.
Got it.
The only ones who realize that that's a trick, like Jean-Jacques will never go to my good side. They'll always, all the guys that beat me, they always put me on the other side. Like, no shield, go this way, no shield.
It'll be fun, I promise.
God damn it.
All right, I like it.
So, to answer your question, you got to understand, he's studying my game. He had students emulate my game. And then we're at the tournament, the big one.
The big
one.
And
then I tap out Gustavo Dantas. And then I tap out Royler Gracie. He's freaking out.
Of course.
Meanwhile, I'm freaking out on him.
Yeah.
I was freaking out on him because he was the guy I was scared of the most.
Yeah.
Because the Abu Dhabi before, he fought at 170. Now he's at 145. And when he fought at 170, he fought Jean-Jacques. And Jean-Jacques fucks me up. Every time he fucks me up. And then when I saw him fight Oliveira, he fucked up Oliveira, but he didn't tap him. But he beat him like 9-0 when the points counted.
Yeah.
He was all over.
Yeah.
But man, Oliveira was hard to tap. He was resilient. And I thought, like, God damn. Anybody who survives on Jock, that's a good motherfucker.
Right.
So then I hear Leo Vieira's going to cut down to 45 for the next Abu Dhabi. I'm like, what?
Why?
No, that's bullshit.
Why?
Right? That's bullshit, right?
Yeah.
He doesn't need to do that. It's going to deplete.
Yeah,
It's, you know what I mean? It's not good for himself.
It's not good.
Can someone tell him? I didn't want him. I was like, I don't want that guy coming down to 45.
Yeah.
And then when it was official, he was in and then he made weight. That's the guy I was worried about. So when I tapped out Holy Gracie, there's footage of me going backstage, and I'm not that happy.
Yeah.
Because I know I had Leo there, and I'm like, wait a minute, this is like some Twilight Zone shit. I won the Super Bowl, and now I'm going to get it taken away from me. I won the Super Bowl, I got the trophy, I beat Holy Gracie, but in 45 minutes, this motherfucker's going to take all that shit from me.
Yeah.
That's all I was thinking about. He was in my head the whole time. So I was terrified.
Yeah.
I lost.
Before the match.
I already knew. I'm like, oh my God, Leo Vera. Like, why would it be the Hoyle? I'm like, oh my God, Leo Vera's next. Fuck! Why couldn't it be the next day?
Yeah.
Why couldn't you give me like, let me be the king? Let me be the king for that night.
A minute, yeah.
That would have been the greatest night of my life.
Yeah.
But no, they did 3 fights. That's on Saturday. The finals were on Sunday. Now they split it up.
Yeah, it's different now.
Yeah, so I'm like, fuck, man. So I enjoyed that shit for 45 minutes. So I'm walking out. This is answer your question.
Yeah.
I needed to give you the backstory.
No, I appreciate it.
No, now when I'm walking out, I'm terrified.
Yeah.
I'm terrified. I'm like, fuck. Because I'm like, oh my God, I'm going to get all this shit taken away from me right now.
Yeah.
This guy's going to, there's a good chance that this guy's going to take away all the good shit I just did. He's going to take it all away from me. So I'm terrified. So I'm walking out, and he's terrified of me. Unnecessarily. So he's like sitting on the mat, and he has like, that's a good question, Ricardo. He's sitting on the mat, and he's got his, he's going, and he's doing like those, he's doing those Hickson, he's doing the Hickson, boom, and Comprito is standing over him like this in his ear, and it's loud on the light, and I'm walking out looking at them going, that is unnecessary. You're like totally tripping. I'm like, you're tripping. If you knew how I felt right now, you wouldn't feel like, he was like,
your hips are breathing, yeah.
And then Comprito's going, I don't know what he said, but it was some kind of motivational, like, you could do this. He's just a man, he's not a machine. He's just a man, he's not a superhero. You could do this, you're a man. And he, like, I don't know what he's doing, but he was going, I don't know what.
Good. You said some things in there.
I don't even know.
Yeah.
I said one word,
Yeah.
I know.
Yeah.
They always say that. 3 5 minutes. When there's like an interview, 5 minutes.
That's perfect.
But anyways, so they're tripping.
Yeah.
I'm walking out going, that's so unnecessary. You're about to fuck me up. That's how I really felt.
Wow.
And I went out there and I just got fucked up.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Poor thing.
Yeah.
Well, you got your
and then I was all depressed.
I was
all depressed.
I
thought, this is how time tried to start. This answered the test.
Oh, okay.
So then I'm flying home, all depressed, going, fuck, for a second, for 40 minutes there. I was the fucking man.
I was the man,
God damn. But everyone's talking about it. Everyone's like, that was a fluke, little Leo there. But that's not how it went down. People were talking about the Hoyler match.
Yeah.
Like 80% of the conversation. And then there'd be a hater going, what about Leo? He fucked him up. What about Leo? He fucked him up. And that's what I was hearing. I was hearing, like, that guy fucked me up.
Well, of course, you're going to be hearing
that.
But
I still tapped out Hoyler and still had some sting. And I was in a horrible job. I was writing comedy for the Man Show on Comedy Central. I hated that job. I'm like, damn. My friend said, dude, there's a time for you to walk off that show now. And I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna open up a fucking school.
Yeah.
And I had an offer before at some boxing gym when I was a brown belt at the bomb squad. They you want to teach jiu-jitsu? And I was like, dude, no one's gonna come. No one's gonna take jiu-jitsu from a Mexican.
Yeah.
We got Brazil. I don't want to learn from a
Mexican. Wait, because this was 2002, 3?
And I wanted to learn from a Brazilian. Everybody in jiu-jitsu in the beginning, they had to be Brazilian.
Oh, 100%.
They couldn't be like,
I started in 2003.
Yeah.
So that was, you didn't teach if you were American or Mexican.
Yeah. So I turned down the job. But then when I came back from Abu Dhabi, I went back to the gym. I go, does the offer still stand? I think I can pull it off now.
Yeah.
You know, I had a little heat.
Some confidence.
A little heat. And I did, and it was the first Thursday of June 2003, and 18 people showed up.
Wow,
Yeah,
it's a big ass class.
I was like, it was all the rejects from all the other schools.
Yeah.
All the guys that weren't happy, and at the other schools, they were getting
But still, 2003,
mistreated.
that's a huge class.
Yeah. Oh, I was like, that first night, just, I knew that's like that. I knew I needed
Changed
that. I needed,
everything.
like, this is it.
Ignited it.
Oh my God, people are here. They came out of their way to learn from me.
Mhm.
And I wasn't shit before.
Yeah.
Like Abu Dhabi. No one had any idea.
Yeah.
It was just all of a sudden, boom, who's this fucking brown belt?
Yeah.
Then all of a sudden I get my black belt. As soon as I come back, John Chalk gives me his black belt off his belt. Off his waist. He gives me his black belt. And then boom, I got my black belt. I shocked the world, biggest upset in Abu Dhabi history. Open up a school, 18 people show up, and then that was it.
Wow, that's amazing.
Yeah.
So follow up to the 2003 thing is I'm going to tell you a secret about 2003, which I know you don't remember. Well, I don't know, but I'm pretty sure you don't remember.
How old were you in 2003?
I
One?
was I was 6 or 7.
Okay.
Okay, in 2003, I went to Abu Dhabi,
Okay.
and I was at the pyramid. And wait, was it?
That was 2005.
2005. So I was 8 or 9. Yeah. So you were there, and I was there, and I had a gi, and I got signed by a bunch of people, and you were one of them.
What?
So I had this little baby gi. I know there's a picture of it somewhere, and I couldn't find it, but I'm gonna bring the gi at some point when the next time I see you. So I have this little baby blue gi, and I'm like 8 or 9 years old, and I have like Kira Gracie signed it, and Hodger, and a couple people, and you're probably the only non-Brazilian on there, and you signed it, and we have a picture.
Wow.
I know.
That's crazy.
Isn't that cute?
You never told me.
I forgot. There's a lot of things to go
Oh my
over.
God, you forgot. How did
There's
you
a lot
forget
of
that?
it.
That's very important.
I know. I need to bring it. So, last question
Okay.
before we go, because if you guys didn't know, there's Halloween party. It's Halloween today. There's Halloween party happening today. It's for an unlimited amount of time. Two mini questions.
Okay.
First one. What do you see as far as the future of 10th Planet and someone is asking a question of like, there are schools that produce top competitors. What do you see as far as like the next women and when and what's coming for Medusa? Like a lot of different questions about that. But making it more broad, like what do you see as the future of 10th Planet? Is there some big grand scheme or you're just having fun and seeing what happens?
We're just every day working to be better.
Okay.
You know, what can we do to be better? Every day, just I got so many 10th Planet competitors all over the world. It's hard to keep track of.
Yeah.
They're all over the place, you know. And there's two things going on with 10th Planet. There's careers being built. Like when my students get black belts, you're pretty much guaranteed a career. Off the matrix, you're going to make, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60K a month auto pay. It's right now, it's like guaranteed. As long as you do the work and aren't lazy, we got careers to build, and at the same time we're building as many champions as we can.
Right. What do you mean off the matrix? When you say you're
your own boss. You're not. You're not working. For
out of the matrix. Okay.
You're not working for the government.
Yeah.
You're your own boss.
Right.
You set your own schedule.
You're talking about opening a school and running a school and being a 10th Planet.
Being your own boss.
Got it.
Being your own boss.
Makes sense.
That's what I call it.
Okay.
Some people would say, "Oh, that's still the matrix." If you really want to get out of the matrix, you got to live in the fucking farm.
In the forest.
Yeah. You're a sitting duck out there. People don't realize that.
Yeah.
You think you're getting away?
Mm-hmm.
You're not getting away from shit.
Yeah.
You don't think they could just fucking laser you right?
Whenever they want.
You gotta hide and blend in in the belly of the beast.
Uh-huh.
You know those fish that swim along with great whites?
Yeah. Yes, but I don't know what they're called.
They're like.
But they're friends.
They know they're never gonna get eaten by nobody.
That's you. That's the 10th Planet black belts.
Yeah. That's how you gotta live.
That's all the 10th Planet black belts.
You know what I mean? We're in the belly of the beast. We're right here, downtown LA.
Yeah.
Downtown LA.
Yeah.
And dangerous.
Yeah, it is.
Dangerous, but right here, just hiding.
Mhm. Once you hear your black belt anyway.
Yeah.
Okay. I always ask people at the end the same question at the beginning of what it means to have a grip on your life, because sometimes it changes and sometimes it doesn't. So what do you feel your life looks like when you have a grip on your life? And does it ebb and flow? Is it always kind of the same? Do you have a grip and then lose a grip and then get a grip again?
Yeah. You have a grip, and then you lose the grip, and then you get the grip again. Over and over. That's what life is.
Yeah.
If you never lost the grip, then you're not really living. It's like being on a roller coaster that just goes up.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
that's a shitty roller coaster.
Yeah.
It gotta go down.
Yeah, you wouldn't.
It's got a curve, then the going up feels good when you go down.
Yeah, exactly.
The going up only feels good when you were going down.
Yeah.
You're spinning,
I like
you're
it.
turning.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? So it can't be all good, because if it was all good, it would be all bad.
You wouldn't know it was good.
Yeah.
It wouldn't feel good.
Yeah, I think that's we gotta go through this shit. And like all the bullshit with the scamdemic, like so many good things happen from the scamdemic. Oh man, a lot of bad things. A lot of people got fooled.
Yeah.
New World Order fucking took its hold, but a lot of good things happened.
Well, it's funny you say that, because a question I always ask people that we didn't get to is, what is a dark moment in your life that brought a lot of light? And so would you say that was a big one for you?
100%. Nobody knew what was going to happen. Like,
Yeah.
like,
It's easy
all
to
of a
say
sudden-
now because you look back, but in the moment,
all of a sudden, the deep state, the Illuminati came out.
Yeah.
They flexed, like, oh shit, it's happening. They're closing everything. We can't go to beaches. No.
Yeah.
Dude, it was worse than Nazi shit.
Especially here, huh?
You couldn't go to beaches. You couldn't go to parks. They closed gyms.
That's crazy.
They didn't close any fast food places.
Yeah.
Isn't that weird?
No,
It's about your health.
Crazy.
If
Crazy.
it was so easy for them to close stuff down.
Yeah.
All they did, like Gavin Newsom put out a tweet.
They just
Guess
said,
what? The theaters and clubs closed.
Yeah.
Parks closed. Dance halls with 50 or less people closed. So whatever.
Yeah.
They just make shit up. They tweet it.
Yeah.
So they could have easily said, McDonald's, Jack in the Box, Carl's Jr. closed until further notice. But they never even brought them up.
Yeah, it's
They
crazy.
never brought that up. It was never about health. It was a complete scamdemic, New World Order flexing. But we would have never closed off the front sales area if it wasn't for the scamdemic, and thank God we did.
So it changed the whole environment.
We got a piano. We got
They
a
were
piano in
jamming
here. We
earlier.
would never have a piano in here if it wasn't for the scamdemic.
Yeah.
We would never be rocking out. I put out a new album. It's called Jar of Flies. You know
Really?
about it?
Sorry.
How did you not know about it?
Sorry. Look, there were a lot of things to go over today. Okay, when did it come out?
A couple weeks ago.
Okay, I'm
It's
excited.
called Jar of Flies. That's the name of the album.
I'm gonna listen to it on the way to the
band is-
airport.
You're gonna love it.
I'm ready.
It's a parody comedy album.
Oh, no way. Okay. All right.
But it's by a band called Hook Thieves. That's my band.
Yes. That I knew.
The album's called Jar of Flies, available on Spotify, Apple
Everywhere.
Music, YouTube, whatever you want. Smoke a little doobie and put that thing on.
You'll like it
You don't
better?
smoke, right?
I don't.
Have you ever smoked weed?
Yeah,
yes.
it does, but it doesn't agree with me.
Okay.
Yeah.
You get all paranoid?
Yeah, a lot of things. That, like, it just doesn't. And then you have the people that are like, you're just not doing it right. You have to try. And it's just, doesn't agree with me. Yeah, it's not my thing. Yeah. I get into enough chaos on my own without extra additional substances. It's true. I'm a clean, what's it called? What do you guys run? Straight edge.
Okay.
I'm a little straight edge, yeah.
And
I'm straight edge.
You are
Fits
a
me.
jiu-jitsu legend.
Oh my God, yeah, a legend.
You are.
Okay.
You are.
We're working on it. We're working on getting
You are.
there.
No,
I
you
mean,
are.
thank
You
you.
are.
That's so
You're
sweet.
so badass.
Thank you.
Seriously.
Man, Eddie, thank you so much. I know we're gonna get you to your Halloween party, but I really appreciate you being on today. It was so much fun to hear all about your middle school girlfriends. I think that's really mainly what we covered today. And I didn't know we had so much synergy with our shared experiences being bullied out of our school in 6th grade. I'm gonna have to tell you that story sometime for sure. So I'm gonna we didn't even get to all of Eddie's amazing accomplishments, and I knew he wouldn't want to talk about that, but I'm gonna put it all in the show notes. I'll link your album in there as well, so you guys will see that. Anywhere else you want people to find you or anything else we should be linking to direct people to?
10thplanetjj.com.
Yeah.
And That's it.
Awesome. All right, guys. I'll catch you in the new episode. Make sure that you like, subscribe, share, all that stuff. What else do? You review, you rate. It goes on everything. So whatever you can do on the platform you're watching, you can do that. If you enjoyed the show, share it with someone who got value from it, and I'll see you in the next episode. Thanks.